They're confused by your harmless appearance. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they are confused by your harmless appearance. For sure. Say, I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, looks can be deceiving. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, looks can be deceiving. Now, fam, most people fail to realize that two things can be true at once. All right? Two things can be true at once. You can be big and bad and be a comedian, and you can also be big and bad and be a kingpin. All right? A lot of times people feel like you got to be mean mugging and frowning like you're Mike Tyson coming out of prison fresh into his first fight. Family, you don't have to be overly aggressive. You don't have to be overly abrasive. You don't have to have a tough guy persona to scare people off or be the type of person who's willing to say everything to everybody or anything to anybody. In fact, y'all, even in the Bible, Proverbs, I can't remember the exact scripture, but it says that a fool utters all of his mind, but a wise one keeps it in until afterwards. Yeah, a lot of times people think that just because you don't have this particular appearance of mean mugging, frowning, being mad, not smiling, hating the world, being pissed off at bacon, what we mad at bacon for? Family, a lot of times people will still try you, try to play with you, or test you to limits that they're not ready to go. Because what they fail to realize is that you're not to be played with. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. I'm not to be played with. It's just like that kid who was quiet in school. They didn't really, joke a lot, laugh a lot. And if you did see them joking and laughing, they was around people they were comfortable with, people who they trusted, right? But most times, people would see them off to themselves, minding their business. And you have that one bully, or maybe the bully and his crew, who tries to bully this particular kid, only to find out that this is the Karate Kid. Yeah, you don't want no problems with him. But see, do you think he's supposed to be walking around like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan all day? No. Some people allow themselves to only expose who they really are when tested, when placed in a defensive position, or when they have to. Family, they just realize that you're that same exact person. And this is why they are confused by your harmless appearance. They don't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know whether they're dealing with somebody soft or hard. They don't know if they're dealing with a person who will tell them about themselves or walk away. And this is working in your advantage, actually. Having a harmless appearance makes people think twice. It keeps them in a weaker or inferior position because they are confused, all right? And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to speak about it within this video. But first thing is first, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. And yes, y'all, we're right here in front of the legendary Great Couch. Anytime I'm in front of the legendary Great Couch, something legendary gonna be said, y'all, and that's just how they go. How y'all doing, fam? What you got going on? What y'all ate today? I'm all in your business. For me, y'all, it's a blessed day. I cannot complain. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. How y'all feeling? Now, for me, y'all, I'm good. I'm blessed. I haven't really had anything to eat today, y'all, but I may do tacos. It's ironic, Taco Tuesday, but I may end up doing that. It's the easiest thing to do, and literally all you got to do is just fry down the turkey ground or ground beef or chicken, whatever you're going to do, and then just make your tacos. It's very simple and easy, but that's what I'm going to eat today, y'all. Outside of that, fam, no gym today. We just pumping out this content today, y'all. But outside of that, y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all doing, what y'all ate today, how y'all feeling the whole nine. Let's get directly into business, y'all. Number one, your soft look clashes with your personality. Yeah, your soft look clashes with your personality. So I'm going to speak to the ladies real quick. If you are extremely feminine, if you have a soft look, if you're always smiling, your teeth are white, hair long, even if it's not long and you have a certain type of hairstyle or that's just your style to have short hair, whatever, I'm sure you keep it up nice, right? Your nails did. You in your soft girl era. You respect your husband. You respect your man. You respect men, okay? A lot of women are going to try you because they feel like your femininity is something that can be taken advantage of. They feel like your femininity is something that is not to be taken serious. But some of the strongest women are women who have been feminine. All right. Some of the strongest women are women who have been feminine. All right. Now, getting to my guys, if you are a gentleman, if you are a man who's clearly masculine, but you respect everything around you, right? You respect everything around you, the people who are around you, and of course, people who, reciprocate that same energy and love and respect. Family, guys in particular, other men may try you. They may look at it as something that can be taken advantage of. They may look at it as somebody who can be played with. But what they fail to realize is even gangsters are gentlemen-like. Y'all ain't never seen the mafia movies? When they wear suits and they look very nice and they send gifts to your mom and they take you out for dinner and then bam, dead. Unfortunately. So family, just because a person have a soft look or maybe a gentleman-like look or she's very feminine, it doesn't mean that she or he can be played with. It just means that they carry themselves like ladies or gentlemen. And unfortunately, the world are not used to seeing this, okay? Anybody know about a slow loris? A slow loris? I believe it's a slaw loris, something like that, y'all. I just found this out about a week ago, but it's this little cute looking animal. It got big eyes, it's furry, it's small, it's kind of stocky. It looked like a baby, right? You will look at it and be like, oh, and you'll pick it up, but it's one of the most dangerous animals. They look very cute, but they're dangerous. Family, they have a toxic bite that can cause infection in the body to where that venom that injected into you, that mixed with the saliva glands, it can kill you. Yeah, it causes you to rot internally. But it's that little small, cute animal. That's the point. Sometimes we take things that look harmless or have a harmless appearance for granted because we think that it don't have strength. We think that it won't kill you. We think that it won't do something to put you in your place. And that's the same thing with yourself, y'all. Your soft look clashes with your personality. How you look is not who you are internally. Although internally, how you look externally, they have similarities. But what I'm saying is that it ain't sweet over there with you. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 2, it's going to be you hide a sharp mind, okay? You hide a sharp mind. When you think about the word hide, it's powerful in this scenario because most people who have a sharp mind, they want to let everybody know. Hey, I'm cum laude. I went to Harvard. I went over here to this school. I graduated. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with talking about your degree. If you work for it, talk about it, right? But what I'm saying is it shouldn't define you, right? It shouldn't define you. And honestly, y'all, an education don't define you, but it adds to you, and that's okay. But when you hide that sharp mind and people start seeing glimpses of it, it confuses them because you don't look as smart as you are. And this don't have anything with looking dumb. It has everything with not being out to the forefront. Most times when you look at the movies, TV shows, or even in real life, a person who's smart always have what? Something to say. And if you always got something to say, you basically create yourself a walking or I don't know why I want to say monitoring, y'all, mobile stage. All right. You created yourself or you create yourself a mobile stage and you gonna broadcast and broadcast everywhere you go. Right. But when you hide that sharp mind, you come out when it's necessary. Yeah, you come out when it's necessary. You allow that mind to be seen and heard when it's necessary. But just that smaller moment causes you to be remembered forever. Whether it's inside that workspace, the family, the friend group, the gym, church, whatever organization you are connected to, whatever facility you allow your presence to be felt in, they remember that forever because you wasn't broadcasting it, but it came out when it was most important. This is like the person who knows a little bit about a lot, right? See, I'm not an advocate for being a jack of all trades and master of none, no. But I will say it's great to be an expert in many, many different departments. Maybe you're not a master, but you have an expertise in certain departments, in certain aspects of life. And see, this is the what you call it, y'all, the philosopher. This is the person who reads a lot. This is the person who studies. Okay, you don't have to have a doctorate in mechanic or what you call it, y'all, in mechanics to understand it at the highest level. All right, you can just be around the neighborhood and pick it up from a guy named John. You didn't get a degree in it, but you still know a little bit about a lot. And family, this is what makes you so dangerous, because you can have a conversation from pistols, politics, sex, marriage, relationships, presidents, this person, that person, food, anything. Your mind has a wide range of information, okay? You hide a sharp mind. And when people realize this, they are confused instantly because you don't look as smart as you are. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 3 is going to be this right here, fam. Silent cuts. Silent cuts. Let me break this down for you. You got that one friend in the group, that one family in the family, or that one family member in the family who is like the glue, right? When you are the glue, you are extremely important, all right? You are extremely important. And what that means is that as long as you are around, you keep everybody together. You keep everybody on the right page. You keep everybody in line. You keep love inside the space. You bring joy to the life. You bring joy to people's lives, all right? Family, when you're not right, everything around you goes wrong. I'm going to say this once again, y'all. When you are not right, everything around you goes wrong. Meaning family members start arguing, friends start breaking up. You keep things together. You keep things in line. So it's a silent cut that you carry with yourself whenever you don't participate anymore. Whenever you don't allow people or certain individuals in anymore. Whenever you get loud, right? You cause a silent cut. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. This is why people are confused by your harmless appearance, because they never really know how important you are until you remove yourself and they feel that silent cut. You're like a silent assassin. Yeah, somebody drop that down below in the comments. I'm a silent assassin. Number 4, y'all, let's go with this right here, fam. When you finally speak, they listen. Yeah, when you finally speak, people listen. Again, y'all, I've used this analogy before, but matter of fact, y'all, I'm going to use a different analogy, right? Y'all remember the Proud Family TV show with Kyla Pratt, Tommy Davidson, all those legendary actors, man. Within that show, they had a lady by the name of Miss Hightower. This is the woman or the lady who will always come in and say, "Hey, kids, quiet down, kids, quiet down." And then the kids never quiet down. They just keep talking, right? And then out of nowhere, she'll just probably scream. Her mouth get real big, and she'll be like, "Quiet down, you bunch of future hamburger flippers." She'll just get their attention because she's always so sweet and she always so kind. And so whenever she finally does open up her mouth, it gets their attention. That's who you are, y'all. You are extremely kind. You're sweet. You're nice. All right. You're very observant. You're not trying to hurt nobody. But when people are not listening, when you finally open up your mouth, it actually gets their attention. So as long as you're being kind, sweet, or whatever the case is, it don't really get their attention like that. But when you get firm, you get their attention. Even if you have to go loud, you get their attention. When you say something that cuts deep, you get their attention. You like a Miss Hightower, right? Male or female. But the point is, y'all, is when you finally speak, they listen, okay? Number 5 is going to be this right here, fam. You have a blank mask, okay? You have a blank mask, meaning people don't know what you're thinking. You got that poker face. People don't know what emotions you are harboring. You got that poker face. When you're playing cards, in particular poker, you can't be like, ooh, I'm about to kill him. They gonna already know to do what they got to do to get you up out of there quick. They're gonna probably bluff you out your game. They gonna try to do something to mentally psych you out, right? What are you saying right now, Reno? You gotta have that blank face when you playing cards. When you playing spades, you can't be like, ooh, I'm finna bust you. Because people are going to know how to play around you. All they need to know is, what type of cards you have. All they need to know is, are you trump tight? All they need to see is that emotion. And then that probably will save them from losing a few books, just being honest. For those who know, y'all know. But the point is that when you keep that blank mask, you keep everybody off their toes, all right? You keep everybody off their toes. People get on their toes when they like, I don't know. You want to keep people in the blind to where they're comfortable. That's where you want people at. But with that being said, y'all, that blank mask causes you to have a harmless appearance, okay? Fam, we're going to do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. But number 1, y'all, your soft look clashes with your personality. Number 2, you hide a sharp mind. Number 3, silent cuts. Number 4, when you finally speak, they listen. And number 5, y'all, blank mask, okay? You have a blank mask. With that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.